Greetings, one and all, to the most cursed, most cringiest corner of the internet. A YouTube channel content creator actively alienating everyone in both the analog and digital world. Well, welcome, good evening, you wonderful dice of all alignments. I am Lunar D8. Since that plan had been traded for a local family restaurant, Rosa felt a little indebted to Maria, so she was prepared to spoil Maria a bit and let her have whatever she wanted tonight. You never used to eat much, did you, Maria One-chan? Was it really alright to order that much? Ooh. I can't eat very much, but I like to have a lot lined up. You know, like on a birthday table. If it's colored all over, with red and blue and green and yellow, it makes you really happy. You're right. Having a birthday table be colorful can make you feel happy. Birthdays at my place were no match for yours, Maria One-chan. But the cakes we bought at the Fumiya store in front of the station were always gorgeous. Angie thought back to her own birthdays nostalgically. Even though Dad was busy, he sometimes came home just to show up at my birthday party, and then went right back to his company. At the time, I was sad, but now I understand how important I was to Dad. Of course, Mom also took very good care of me. In particular, her birthday presents were always in excellent taste. And she sometimes arranged for them several months in advance. Even though we always sent an invitation to Battler Oni-chan, he didn't get along with Dad or something, so he kept not coming. So when he did come, I was really happy. The birthday parties, when the whole four-person family gathered, made for fun memories that I'll never forget. Ooh, Angie's birthdays sound like a lot of fun too. Battler and Uncle Rudolph are really lively. Yay, yay, giggle. Battler got covered in cola, ha 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 ha. Maria One-chan peeked into my happy memory as I sat quietly wearing the origami helmet that Dad had made for fun. I was a little embarrassed. In my hand was a paper gun that Battler Oni-chan had folded for me, and Mom was taking a commemorative photo. It was the happiest moment of my life. But your birthday's no worse, Maria No-chan. And this is the day you get him, right? Sakutaru? Ooh, I was really looking forward to it. I got so excited wondering when Mama would show me the wrapped present in the corner of her bag. Sakutaru is the name of a stuffed animal that Maria was to receive that day. For quite some time before then, Aunt Rosa had been making a stuffed animal to give Maria as a present today. Hearing that it was a cute lion stuffed animal, Maria One-chan had already given it the name Sakutaru, even though she hadn't received it yet. Today, she was looking forward to meeting Sakutaru even more than her own birthday. Aunt Rosa ran a clothing design company. It seemed to be some kind of brand name. What was it? Auntie Rosa? It seems their catchphrase was, "I can't forgive the me of yesterday." Unfortunately, I've never met someone who knew of that brand name. Maybe it wasn't that famous. So Aunt Rosa was pretty skilled with her hands. I heard that she made some of the clothing she wore herself, so making a stuffed animal had to be well within her capabilities. A handmade stuffed animal. That's pretty amazing. By the way, why did you call it sakutaru? Ooh, actually wanted to call it Sakura, but it's a male lion, so she told me to give it a boy's name. So I added a boy-like Taru and called him Sakutaru. Eventually, the last U disappeared. Why Sakura? Doesn't that mean cherry blossoms? The main character in Cardmaster Sakura. I remember watching that show as a child myself, actually. It was the name of the main character in a TV anime that was popular at the time. The fact that she had simply borrowed the name of a character she liked, how should I say it, as innocent and as cute as you'd expect from someone that age. Ooh, mama, mama. Still no sakutaru. I want to let sakutaru join in on my birthday too. Presents always come at the end, right? If you open it now, it'll get dirty. Hold on until the meal is over. Then I'll finish eating quickly. Ooh. As soon as she proclaimed that, she started tearing into her meal. Aunt Rosa got mad at her, saying that was rude. It seemed that she'd expected this would happen right away. I also thought that, given how straightforward Maria was, that was probably what she'd do. So it was kind of pleasant when my expectations weren't betrayed. In the end, Aunt Rosa lost to her daughter's eyes, which were sparkling with anticipation, cleaned up the table, and took out the long-awaited wrapped present. Happy birthday, Maria. I wasn't able to spend much time on it, so I couldn't make it very well. Ooh, if you made it, I'll be happy with anything. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Sakutaru, Sakutaru, ooh. Aunt Rosa spoke a bit humbly, but Maria One-chan was happy, even before opening the wrapping. I could really understand that feeling. It's not a problem of quality, just the fact that it was handmade present was more pleasing than anything. Can I open it? Can I open it? I wanted to wait until we got back home before doing it, but just for a bit, okay? We'll just take a look and say hello, and then put it back. You can give him a proper greeting once we get home. We're in public, so you can't fool around, okay? Can you promise? Ooh, promise, promise. So, can I open it? Can I open it? Can I open it? Mama. Yes, yes, just for a bit, okay? Yay! Before Aunt Rosa finished talking, Maria started unwrapping it. As soon as she did, yellow and orange peeked out. What appeared was a slightly blank-looking lion, stuffed animal, with cute round eyes and a white chest. It was about the size of a small pillow. It looked pretty big next to someone as short as Maria One-chan, but it probably wasn't that large. From the perspective of someone who didn't know better, it would probably look like something cheap bought from a department store or something. But to Maria One-chan, it was her mother's handmade stuffed animal, the only one of its kind in the world and irreplaceable. Sakutaru! Sakutaru! Giggle. Cute, cute, so cute. Thank you, Mama. Thank you, Mama. Thank you so much for making such a cute, stuffed animal even though you're so busy with work. If you praise me that much, it's actually embarrassing. I couldn't take much time, so I couldn't make anything that good. I actually wanted to make one so big that you couldn't wrap your arms around it. No, this is good. With this size, we can always be together. We can go out together. Sakutaru, I'm your Oni-chan, Ryu. It really is an adorable stuffed animal. So this kid is Sakutaru, your best friend? Ooh, we can't go to school together, but me and my best friend are always together at home. You know, Sakutaru is really innocent and cute, and always nice to me. It probably just went into a landfill after everyone on the island died. He supports me when I'm feeling down, and plays a lot with me when I'm feeling good. So I'm never lonely anymore. Not lonely when Mom is busy with work, and I'm all alone. Not even when no one plays with me at school. Isn't that right, Sakutaru, or you? At school, Maria Oni-chan had lived in the same kind of environment as I did. Compared to the other kids in her class, Maria Oni-chan's tempo was always a little slow. Her sensibilities and ways of viewing things were a little peculiar, and a little too idiosyncratic for her to blend in. Her grades were low as well, and since she was talkative about everything related to the occult, her speciality... Do you guys say speciality or specialty? She was treated like a weirdo by everyone else in class. If you were touched by Maria Oni-chan, you'd be cursed. Stuff like that. Apparently everyone in her class acted like she was disgusting, made fun of her, and avoided her. If a boy bumped into Maria Oni-chan, he'd start rubbing that part against the other boys as if he had gotten some scum on him. They'd pick up her stuff like it was something filthy and chase the other boys around with it. It seems the girls thought even speaking to her was unpleasant, so they ignored her all the time, only giggling and sneering at her whenever she made a mistake. It looks like bullying is the same in all eras. Humans really don't advance at all, do they? If only they just get wiped out. I'm sad when I'm bullied, but I think it can't be helped. It can't be helped. Why not? After all, there's a rule that says every class has to have a single bullied kid. That's a horrible rule. I'd like to find the person who made it and hit them over the head with a brick. Using the corner, of course. If I wasn't there, then there'd surely be a new bullied kid chosen in my place. By staying strong, I can protect that kid. As she said that, she smiled faintly. Maria Oni-chan's way of thinking really is unusual. According to her, from the beginning, a witch had resided in that place called a school. No, she said that any place where a lot of people gather will have a witch residing there. The witch tries to steal the students' souls through death by disease or accidents. Apparently, she sometimes also corrupts those souls, leading them down the path of evil. She says that an angel came, not content to let that continue. And the angel tried to finish off that witch. The witch, was powerful, and the fight took 7 days and 7 nights, but even then it still wasn't over. The tired out witch asked for a truce and proposed this. I heard about that one before. Until now, I've made half of the students in class become sick or injured, but in exchange I've protected the remaining half of the students from sickness and injury. Therefore, if one member of the class becomes a sacrifice to me and is made into the bullied kid, I shall protect all the other students from sickness and injury, right? Ooh, the angel thought about it. Compared to half the class meeting with misfortune, having only one person be unfortunate would be much better. Then the witch said that she'd protect the safety of all the other students using her powerful magic. If there are 40 students in a class and the 20 victims are reduced to 1, then 19 people are saved. It's actually a reasonable proposal. I wonder if there's some theme behind this fairy tale. If it's a creation by Maria Oni-chan, a 9-year-old girl, that'd be pretty impressive. The angel decided to accept that proposal, so through the single sacrifice, 19 people were saved. That's why my role is important. The witch is protecting 19 people. Because we become sacrifices? Well, I don't remember ever being thanked by those 19 people. Maria Oni-chan's idea was too compassionate. Both of us are suffering from a very similar type of misfortune. And yet, maybe a small difference in our way of thinking changes how peaceful our hearts are. So you aren't sad, Maria Oni-chan? Ooh, I'm not sad at all. After all, I'll be together with Sakutaro from now on. Right? Sakutaru, Uryu, if I can be with Maria, I'll be happy too. Look, Sakutaru says he's happy too. Ooh. Maria Oni-chan hugged Sakutaru the stuffed animal, playing both sides of the conversation herself. I don't understand it. I do. But that's exactly why I want to reach Maria Oni-chan's level. So I was intensely drawn to her tale and her words. Angie, is it tough because you're all alone? Is it tough? But just the time I can be like this with you is different. It is tough, but because I'm not all alone. Then if Sakutaro becomes your friend, it'll be even more fun. Ooh. Then starting today, Sakutaro is Angie's new friend. Right, Sakutaro? Uryu? I am Angie's friend. Uryu? Angie? Skillfully moving the stuffed animal like it was a puppet, Maria Oni-chan expressed Sakutaro's emotions. She was controlling him, but the charming way he waved his short hand and cocked his head to the side made it feel like he really was a new friend called Sakutaro. Sounds like something I would do. Of course, looking at it with cold eyes, it would only appear that Maria Oni-chan was comforting me when I was grumpy. But a soul had definitely been sent into that stuffed animal. The soul of Maria Oni-chan's love. So I acknowledged the existence of a being called Sakutaro inside that stuffed animal. Come on, say hi to Sakutaro too, Angie. Come on, you say hi too, Sakutaro. Are you? Is Angie a scary person? As Sakutaro timidly looked at me, he unexpectedly met my gaze and hid behind Maria Oni-chan's back in surprise. Maria Oni-chan really is good at playing with stuffed animals. It's okay, Sakutaro. Angie isn't scary. She's a really nice girl, ooh. Hello, I'm Sakutaro. Are you? Giggle. Pleased to meet you, Sakutaro. I'm Angie. I'm glad to have a new friend. I held up my hand as though asking for a handshake, and Sakutaro's short hand was stuck out towards me, lightly touching my index finger. After all, when a human and a stuffed animal shake hands, their sizes are too different. This greeting by touching each other's fingers was our handshake. Ooh, now Angie and Sakutaro are already friends. 2 people are more fun than 1, and 3 people are more fun than 2. Ooh, Uryu. Maria Oni-chan had given the name Sakutaro to the stuffed animal she was to receive on her birthday, and had warmed and expanded his existence in her heart for a long, long time. Therefore, even before she met him, his existence was sublimated into a personality. Even at the first moment they met, they were already friends. Of course, that wasn't anything extraordinary in Maria Oni-chan's eyes, although I don't think she'd personified and loved anything quite as much as Sakutaru. She loved the things she owned very much, treating them just like friends or beloved pets. Maybe Aunt Rosa hadn't let her keep a pet at some point in time, so she felt like treasuring objects instead. Maybe she was so isolated that she'd been forced to find a friend nearby. Because of all that, what happened that day wasn't anything extraordinary from her perspective. Even so, Sakutaru, no, maybe I should call it Sakutaro, like Maria One-chan said, there's no doubt that Sakutaru was a stuffed animal, no friend whom she loved more than anything or anyone. Hello, it's Mama. You're in a good mood. Is a friend over? Ooh, playing with Sakutaru. Sakutaru, knock it off. Giggle, giggle. It was already about 9 o'clock at night. Rosa had asked because this wasn't a good time to have a friend over, and she'd been just a little surprised. But when she thought about it, Maria didn't have any friends who would come over and play, did she? Even so, to think that she'd have so much fun playing with that stuffed animal, Rosa was very pleased that Maria had liked her birthday present so much. Sorry, Mama just can't get her work finished tonight. The next season's lineup is having a tough time. It looks like we're finally starting to get orders bit by bit, and I want to somehow give it a bit more impact so we can answer to their expectations. So you're spending the night? Sure, okay. Do your best, Mama. Really? Thank you, Maria. Thanks for being understanding about Mama's work. Rosa was surprised that Maria had accepted so easily that she wouldn't be able to come home from work. To Rosa, having to tell Maria that she'd be coming home late or staying overnight was a huge burden. Maria would start crying about how lonely she was on the other end of the phone, and it took a lot of time and effort to calm her down. To think that Maria would accept it in such high spirits, is this also thanks to Sakutaru? Rosa was once again pleased that she'd given her daughter such a good present. I'll make sure I come back this time tomorrow. Let's eat dinner together then. You haven't eaten dinner yet, have you, Maria? Buy a bento at the convenience store and eat it. No sweets, no soda. Okay, first off, questionable thoughts about a 9-year-old going out at 9+ o'clock at night to a convenience store. But also, I'm assuming she's going to take the stuffed animal with her, and the stuffed animal's going to get, like, stolen or destroyed or something. No sweets and no soda. I'll check the receipt and the change, understand? Ooh, shopping with Sakutaro, shopping with Sakutaro. Hey, not Sakutaro, have him watch over the house. From Maria's manner of speech, Rosa got the feeling that Maria might have gone shopping with that stuffed animal without her knowing about it. Rosa's forehead creased, and after sourly saying that Maria definitely mustn't do that, she hung up. Ooh, Mama said I mustn't go shopping with Sakutaru. Uryu, can't go shopping with Maria? Staying home alone will be lonely. Why did Mama say not to go shopping with Sakutaru? Well, so you don't lose or damage him, because that'd make you really sad. Uryu, I'm sure that if Maria was seen with me, it would be embarrassing. It's not an issue of being embarrassed, an issue of, if she loses it in public, it's gone forever. At least if she just misplaced it around the house, it's in the house, it can be found. If she, drops it or loses it by accident when going to the convenience store, it's gone forever. There's no saving it. Embarrassing? Why? Mama says not to take me outside a lot, and she usually says Maria can't do it because she's too old. Well, from that perspective, she doesn't want you to get bullied or other kids not to play with you, but it's also the fact that, it's just about impossible to take a stuffed animal outside and not get it dirty unless you're very, very careful about it. I know a lot of times as far as I'll keep this tangent very short. There's a lot of times that my son would take stuffed animals with him to the park, and I'd keep a very close eye on him and the stuffed animals, to the point that people felt I was very overprotective and that they felt it was odd that I was so involved and interactive with my son and, playing with him on the playground equipment with him. And heck, back when he was, the first year and a half when he was coming over after the divorce, there was like a little slide thing that was in the backyard of my mom's. So I'd bring him over there. Him and the stuffed animal he had would go up and down the slide quite a bit, and he was very happy. And of course, I was always like just a foot away from him, just making sure he wouldn't get hurt or anything, and just wanting to spend time with my child. But yeah, also me as an individual, well, I guess I've always enjoyed stuffed animals. I still like stuffed animals even at my current age, and even though I'm a guy. And yeah, to this day I still like stuffed animals. I will always like stuffed animals and cute, adorable teddy bears and things like that. Ooh, but I'm not embarrassed at all to be with Sakutaru, right? I'm a lion, but I'm a stuffed animal. You're a lion and a stuffed animal, but you're my friend. So let's go together. Just when Mama isn't around as a secret. Ooh, you aren't saying that you're embarrassed, are you? I'm not embarrassed, but are you? The people outside are a little scary. Is that it? Hey, look. Then I'll make it so that you can go outside without being scared. Leave it to me. I've got something that's really useful. Maria started fishing around her messy room. Rosa often told her to clean it up, but Maria apparently didn't like doing it. However, Maria herself knew more or less where everything was, so much so that if it were to be cleaned up, she would have trouble finding where anything was. Here it is. Hey look, Sakutaru, a knapsack. Maria proudly held it up high. Sakutaru looked at the knapsack, which was gaping open, squirming as though saying, "Are you serious? Are you? Maria, you aren't saying. Ooh. This way we can go shopping together, and Sakutaru won't be scared, but it will also fall out of the fucking sack and not be noticed." Maria held Sakutaru up and started stuffing him into the knapsack. At first she tried to stick him in head first, but then he'd be upside down and suffocate, so she pulled him up and tried pushing him in again feet first. You? Tight, cramped, dark, you? Irk. Look, it's alright. If you stick your head out, it isn't cramped, it isn't dark, and it isn't scary, and you're more likely to fall out. And it's a good view. Ooh. Uryu, you're right. Is it okay for me to go shopping with Maria like this? Yeah, it'll be fine. What should we get for dinner tonight? Come on, let's go out, Sakutaru. Ooh. Giggle. Looks like you're having fun, Maria One-chan. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Even things that would be lonely and boring alone all become fun with Sakutaru. Any human friend would have to go home when it gets late. But Sakutaru doesn't go home, so we can be together all the time. He'll watch TV with me. Be together, even in the futon. It does kind of remind me of a thing, like, granted, I've always enjoyed Let's Plays for a large degree of, just it's funny to watch someone playing a video game, and I get to enjoy video, especially if you can't afford to buy all the different video games. You can see the video game and watch it get played, and especially since I enjoy stories. But also, it feels like you're vicariously just being like hanging out with friends as the people. Like, I'm sure a lot of people feel that way like watching Markiplier. Granted, those people don't even know I exist, and I don't even think I want them to know I exist. But I think that's a large draw for a lot of people that watch those videos, is that a lot of people feel less alone. And that you're like basically hanging out with those people making the video, and you get to have comments and talk to people and discuss like, hey, I saw this one part of the video, that was funny, yeah, that was cool. And yeah, it's like, yeah. And even hold my hand on scary nights when there's thunder. He'll chase away the monsters in the closet and under the bed. Sakutaru is reliable. Uryu! Since I'm a lion, I'll show my courage and chase away any monsters that scare Maria. Uryu, roar! They were so close that it made me a little envious. I'm supposedly older now than Maria Oni-chan was then. But Maria Oni-chan really is my Oni-chan, and I still haven't reached her level. If only I had a friend close by, like Sakutaru. Sakutaru and I are your close friends, right? We're always by your side. It's just that your magic is weak, so you can't perceive us unless you open my diary like this. Perceive. You know, some pretty difficult words, Maria One-chan. According to her, this world is full of magic and spirits, and there is natural and nearby as a light breeze. You don't normally notice or see the wind, but when it's incense or when incense smoke or something draws trails, you can see it, right? Right. And even if you can't see it, it's always nearby. That's it. We're always really close to you, Angie. Gods and spirits and guardian spirits are always right next to us, but if you aren't conscious of them, you can't feel their existence, like wind that can't be seen with the eyes. But they certainly are near us, and if they draw trails in the smoke called magic, anyone can see them. I thought I'd only be able to meet Maria One-chan while this diary was open, but from what she says, she's always with me, and I can meet her at any time if I truly desire to. Along with the record of my life, I left a fragment of my own soul in my diary. So the power of my magic resides in this diary, but it's very faint, so only you can feel it. Only I can tell it's there? Yes. After all, the power of a witch resides in you just like me. If you study hard, you too will definitely become a great witch in the future. A witch. I wonder if that'd be fun. Ooh, it is fun. If you do that, you'll be able to know that Sakutaru and I are always by your side, even without opening the diary. If you do that every day, we'll become fun. If you do that, I'll introduce you to many other friends. If you do that every day, we'll get busy and very lively. That might be fun. I do have the grimoire you left behind, Maria One-chan. I'll try reading it seriously sometime soon. If I do that, I won't be all alone anymore, right? Ooh, Uryu! Maria One-chan and Sakutaru said that at the same time, happy that I had developed an interest in the world of witches. With her knapsack on her back, and half of Sakutaro's face peeking out of it, she triumphantly walked through the shopping district late at night. Well, it was that time of day after all.